Adele said you do that when you're nervous.
She did she?
You kept touching me, feeling my thigh.
In a nice way.
Jennifer Lopez is a federal marshal drawn to bank robber George Clooney in Out of Sight. One of 5 new movies we'll be reviewing this week on Siskel and Ebert. I'm Gene Siskel of the Chicago Tribune.
And I'm Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times. A lot of movies have imitated Pulp Fiction, but Steven Soderbergh's Out of Sight is the first one to understand it and build on it in an original way. It's another one of those movies about colorful criminals where the timeline coils back and forth between the present and the past, and it stars George Clooney as one of America's most prolific bank robbers and Jennifer Lopez as an ambitious federal marshal who stumbles upon him during a prison break.
It's okay, we're the good guys.
What are you doing here?
Hey, oh. All right, you're just a girl. What do you do for a living? You pack a shotgun.
I'm a federal marshal and you're under arrest.
It's her job to capture him, and she takes her job seriously, but she also takes him seriously. And when they meet in an anonymous hotel bar, it's kind of like both sides call a timeout.
You like taking risks.
So do you.
You know, sooner or later, you really wear that suit.
Well, it's not what you were about to say.
In prison, Clooney learned about a fellow prisoner, a Wall Street manipulator played by Albert Brooks, who keeps uncut diamonds in his house. That sets up a caper involving Clooney, his friend, played by Ving Rhames, and other assorted lowlifes played by Don Cheadle, Steve Zahn, and Kenneth Lonergan.
We got a low class of people there, Snoop.
Hey, you call him that again, I'm gonna put your head through the wall. What? You mean Snoop?
Nobody calls me Snoop or Snoopy anymore is what White Boy Bob's trying to tell you right now. He's just a little crude with it, you know what I mean?
The movie is based on an Elmore Leonard novel and realizes that for Leonard, the plot is much less important than relishing the characters and the way they talk to one another. Out of Sight is an example of the right actors in the right movie at the right time. Clooney and Lopez have a nice, unforced, colorful intimacy throughout the film, and both of them seem utterly confident of their comic powers, so that they never force anything. They let the laughs and Leonard's dialogue develop naturally. The movie was directed by Steven Soderbergh, and it's his best since Sex, Lies, and Videotape, which was nearly 10 years ago. It's tricky the way the movie's timeline doubles back on itself so that you leave the theater still trying to figure out exactly what happened when. I think this is one of the year's best entertainments.
Well, I want to focus on something you said, which is that it's less about a plot than about the characters. And frankly, I wish you would give that speech in every theater in which this film plays, because I think a lot of people are going to be confused.
Really?
Oh, yes. I mean, I was sitting there and basically, you know, wondering, what's this about? Because of the number of, as you said, colorful characters. I mean, that's the real essence of the film, is just this parade of characters. I mean,
actually, that makes this the most faithful movie yet, based on an Elmore Leonard novel. And I read all of his books, and he just loves to get into the situations. People sit around and talk, and the plot is kind of held over till the next chapter. And by the time they finally get around to raiding the guy's house and so forth, it's more like how the characters interact there than whether or not they get the diamonds. And I like that.
Yeah, but it can be disturbing or difficult for an audience that isn't prepared for it.
Yeah.
I'm not asking for a more conventional film. I wouldn't want to do that by saying that there should be a through line, as they say in a script, you know, here. So, but it could use something approaching that, because otherwise it's just
it's a movie for smart people. I mean, it's not just for your caper, crime, action, car chase movie.
I think you just congratulated yourself with that remark, didn't you?
Thank you.
Thank yourself. You said it, not me. Okay, next.